The presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, will need all the stakeholders with his party to be in sync in order to challenge the ruling All Progressive Congress candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the forthcoming elections 2023. The governors within the main opposition party, PDP, now known as the G5, have been clear that the national chairman of the party, Yocha Ayu, must step down in the spirit of equity and fairness. But according to reports, there's a chance that a deal between the aggrieved members of the PDP and Atiku may be in the offing, as there is hope that all will be settled within the party soon. However, a foundation member of the All Progressive Congress and Director General of the Voice of Nigeria, VON, Mr. Osita Okechukwu, has dismissed the move by the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate Atiku Abubakar to reconcile with the wicked G5 masquerade, saying it was belated by headwinds. Okechukwu said this while responding to a statement by Atiku. The ruling APC is a contraption of Ahmed Bola Tinubu's party, Action Congress of Nigeria, and Buhari's party, the Congress for Progressive Change, CPC, which will collapse after its defeat in the 2023 elections, and it will reconcile with the wicked G5 masquerade. So joining us now to discuss this latest statement concerning the PDP's Osita Okechukwu, a founding member of the All Progressive Congress APC and Director General of Voice of Nigeria. A pleasure to have you, sir. Welcome to the show. But I'll ask, like they say in Nigerian parlance. Good morning, sir. I'll ask, like they say in Nigerian parlance, why taking Panadol for PDP's headache?
Thank you very much.
Why taking painkillers, I should say, and no endorsement?
We're talking of our dear country. We're talking of our dear country. Without a country, there will be no presidential candidates. And for the country to exist, it must be managed as envisaged by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, from which the APC, the PDP, Labour, NMP, YZB, this and that, all of us drive their manifesto and their constitution from the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And what His Excellency Atiku Abubakar had embarked upon is antithetical to the growth of our democracy and to social justice. To start with, I have great respect for His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. He was very close to one of my political mentors, Right Honorable Chibo Kadibo, blessed memory, and my big brother Dube Moya. So I came very close to him as well. But in this instance, he has somersaulted and contradicted himself roundly that it concerns the general public, not only the PDP. For one, the framers of the PDP Constitution, under sections 7, chapter 7, section 3, sub C, was very clear. He said that this Constitution, anybody that is aspiring for public or party or elective offices, that the party should adopt the policy of rotation and zoning convention in pursuit of the policy that will ensure the principle of one, equity, justice and fairness. And in the same line with the fundamental objectives and directive principle of state policy of the 1999 Constitution that says that Nigeria should be governed in such a manner that no one group or persons shall dominate the other, for brotherhood, national loyalty, and equity and unity. And I asked one of my friends, a good friend of Atiku, he repeated the same question he did. Osita, why are you talking of Atiku? I said it concerns every Nigerian. What is done by the PDP, what is done by the APC, that any political party that operates should bear in mind that first and foremost, think of us, the generality of the country, because any small misstep can lead to unintended consequences, and we don't want that. So that's my concern. And I said as well that the G5, as you said, when they stepped out A lot of people thought His Excellency next weekend was being personal. I said no. That I think he's fighting for social justice. He's fighting for equity, he's fighting for justice, he's fighting for fairness. And it concerns me because I asked one of my good friends who is a staunch supporter of Atiku. In fact, he used to be with us, but he went to become a spokesman for Atiku. In an informal discussion, I told him, you are a northern. I said, yes. I said, if he was, when Obasanjo was exiting as president of the country, if Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu was gunning to replace Obasanjo in 2007, wouldn't there be uproar across the country? He paused. I said, even us in the South, just like the All Progressive Governors Forum did, they all stood up on their feet and insisted that the candidature of the APC must come from the South for equity, justice, and fairness. So all I'm talking about is fairness. I have nothing personal against Atiku. I know he belongs to the PDP, but I also know I likened his mother like that of a masquerade that is also defunct in the Christianity church, the masquerade away. It was called Odomagana. It was with all the powerful, going by oral history, and with aura. He comes once in 4 years, and in the night he will be praising the good people and castigating the bad people. And in the morning, everybody will clear the road. If you're on the road, it will be hell. So in one of those occasions, one of the persons that stood his way in pursuit, the man ran into the bush and fell into some thorns and later died. And one of the converted Christians told the Odomagana that you didn't kill the man, that the man was unfortunately, he got wounded. Odomagana said, I was the one that made him to start running. So the wicked G5, I call them G5, wicked G5 masquerade, is the one chasing His Excellency Atiku Abubakar. To the extent that, in desperation, he went to the Arewa Summit in Kaduna, a statesman of his stature with veteran experience, friends across the country, was able to tell the North, vote for me, don't vote for Yoruba or Igbo. I wept for him. I cried on his behalf. I said, had these people driven this man to this desperation? As if we finished that, he now came and said that APC, my great party, is not a political party, that it was a contraption of Tinubu's party and the defunct CPC, founded by Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari. And I said, is it loss of memory? For the fact that I was there, when we took up the merger, it took years before we came together in Tommy Kimi's house on February 5th, 2013. And we were not only with the ACN, with the defunct CPC, we were with the ACN outrightly, yes. But we also were with the defunct MPP. We were the defunct DPP. And we were with a faction of ABGA and civil society organizations like Femi Falana and others. And suddenly, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar came with the new PDP. And they joined us to consolidate the merger before we went to the election in 2015 and won. And the same His Excellency Atiku stepped out to join the new PDP. On what basis? The basis that Jonathan wanted to run in 2015. And some of them felt that it is the turn of the North. And they stormed out. And I said, is it this same man in 2014 or thereabout that stormed out from PDP because of the zoning convention
Okechukwu
that is today? And in 2018, he was the foremost beneficiary of convention, of this rotation and zoning convention, when no Southerner contested under the PDP in Port Harcourt, which Governor Wike hosted. The same man, has he forgotten? Or is it just because of personal drive? So why I'm saying so is that we don't want him to benefit from the gullible ones, because I know the Nigerian patriots, both North and South, are of the view that the rotation convention for now is good for brotherhood. Thank you.
Okay, as they say, in common parlance, let us start by removing the log in your own eye before we begin to remove the wood in the other person's eye. That's the point of the question that Rufai Hussaini asked earlier. Let's talk about your candidate. This morning, we had, before you joined us, David Hundeyin, an investigative journalist on the program, who said, based on his own investigations, that your candidate is a drug lord who wants to become a presidential candidate, who stated also that your candidate is guilty of perjury and that he's not a fit and proper person within the purview of Section 137 of the 1999 Constitution to be president of Nigeria. He said he contacted Deloitte Touche, where Bola Ahmed Tinubu said he once worked and made $1.8 million, which he kept in his bank account. Deloitte Touche says they don't know him, that they don't have any such person working with him. Now, old story you may say, he said he attended Government College Ibadan. The Government College Ibadan, they say they don't know anybody called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He said, where did he say he was? You know, he attended University of Chicago. University of Chicago says, well, we don't know this person. So you have a presidential candidate that people are saying is neither fish nor toad. Who exactly is your candidate? Let's remove that log in your own eye first.
Before I address the issue of a log in our own eyes, I'm saying that the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the grand norm, anybody, whether you are partisan or non-partisan, if you see anybody who violates or breaches this Constitution deliberately, I'm saying it is in our best interest to remind the person that to a greater extent, he casts his integrity into question. Let's not sweep it under the carpet under your analogy that a log in my own eyes. There's no eye that had no one log or the other. It might be big, it might be small. But coming to the issue of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the basis of our canvas is that we had a credible presidential primary on June 6th, and he won that election. For some of us who are of the APC, we are bound to see him as our candidate until the court of law says otherwise. And I also said that my baseline is that the rotation convention is so dear to my heart. I've lived in the West for over 5 years, and I've lived in the North for over 30 years. I have come to see Nigeria on my own side as one, and that all we need is those who can package it, that we need a driver with a greater percentage of integrity. That if we don't have that, we'll be swimming back to where we came from. And now we're in a situation in the global world where the global community is looking at Nigeria to get out and claim our mandate as the giant of Africa. That we cannot just say potential. When our national are doing well all over the world, that today we have a Nigerian a general in the American army, a Nigerian American descent, an American Nigerian descent as a general in the American army. We have excellent professors all over the universities of the world. I'm worried about that. So that's why we make reference to the breach of the APC constitution. And I said that I told the Wike group that the issue of IU is inconsequential. Let's all join and make sure that rotation of the presidency is honored in our own time, so that by the time he comes back to the southern part of the country, after 8 years, some of us who will be alive, Any Southerner who says he wants to take to succeed whoever wins from the South, who will say no. Because there could have been no power if Asiwaju was contesting after Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. But coming to the allegation against Asiwaju, Asiwaju is a cat of 9 lives. He has come out through all this once in a while. Anybody that wants to give life to this should head to court. It is only the Honorable Justice of the Supreme Court or the Appeal Court or the lower court that could look into all these papers and tell us which one is which. For those who are probing Asiwaju, I also salute them. It's also the cause of democracy. They did not resort to violence. So if you come to television, I was watching Hyundai. I said he did his own best to go around the world. But it is left to us to study what he had presented. For me to tell you that I will give you a crystal ball answer, it is only one way of the APC who go to their boardroom, analyze the new dimension, because every political party looks for a bogey. But I'm saying why our own log is here. Let's not forget the greatest mishap to the unity of this country is the issue of breaching the constitution of the country and the constitution of the political party the candidate comes from. Let's put them side by side. Okay. Which one is more injurious to the health of the country?
Okay, I mean,
we're talking of the health of our dear nation. For
I mean, once again, Dr. Osita Okechukwu, the question is, are you a member of the PDP?
I'm not a doctor. I didn't pass the exam.
Okay.
I'm Mr.
Mr. Osita Okechukwu, are you a member of the PDP? That's what a lot of people are asking. If Wike and Atiku are having their problems in their party, I mean, what grounds do you, as a member of the APC, come here to analyze it and fight on behalf of the nation and say they are breaching laws? I mean, are you planning to go back to the PDP? Is there anything that we, because I don't sort of like get it. I don't get this narrative. You can see you are laughing yourself.
Okay. No, can I tell you in simplicity? Can I tell you, for God's sake, for the interest of your audience?
Yes.
I'm one of the beneficiaries of this great country. I went to secondary school. I went to teachers training college. I was being paid 8 naira every month with good feeding. I came to university. My bed were being dressed. My room was being swept. Sometimes I do not have money. I will eat free. I had bursary. I owe this country a lot. So anywhere where there is an infraction, because I have studied the health of nations, I won't lead to civil wars. Is that when an imperial idea comes on the place, where there is dominance, and somebody claims that because here, if you don't do equity, it's not a partisan issue. What is excellency, what I'm driving at is that the Nigerian people should understand me, that we should not vote for him because it's injurious to the health of the nation. The Constitution frowns as dominance. Dominance. Take this way, give these people, give these people, give these people. That's all I'm saying. It's not partisan.
But if you are saying that,
I'm a beneficiary of this great country.
No, real quickly.
Anything that infringes.
Okay. If you are saying all of this, so what would you say to people that are making arguments that your party had the likes of Umahi there? In terms of people that have been let down, the Igbos have not been allowed to be president in a while, or they've not become president in a while. Umahi ran in the PDP, the APC primaries. You know, there were other candidates there. An Igbo candidate. In fact, that was the reason why Umahi left the PDP to the APC. Why didn't you raise this alarm and say, oh, in fairness to the Igbos, Umahi should have been the candidate? Why this you're saying now? Because it's just like what Dr. Abba said. You've not removed the log in your eyes and you're trying to remove the one in another person's eyes. A lot of people touted that, it was time for Igbo presidency. That after a couple of years, why are the Yorubas coming? After all, Shibajo. That's what some people too are making as arguments. But can you just do it in a minute because we need to go? We need to go, sir.
I agree with you. It's not only Umahi. There was my friend Emeka Wajuba.
Yes.
There was Rotimi Amechi, who ran the whole country and who came second. And you had my brother Kenan Naman. You had His Excellency Obonion. We had an array of them. Yes, I agreed. But anybody who is on that bench, I don't blame him. I support him. But as Providence will have it, Providence has propped up an Igbo. That Peter will be then go for him. Thank you.
Okay, we'd like to thank you very much, Mr. Osita Okechukwu, for joining us on the morning show today.